Hiya! Hey guys, I'm Jason, and in the last video I showed how I debone 2 whole chickens. Today I'm going to show you what I do with the bones to make chicken stock. So there's a couple differences between broth, stock, and bone broth. I know up until recently I didn't know the difference, but there are key differences between the 3. Broth is when you're making soup that really uses mostly meat to flavor the water. So if you're using like a whole chicken, that's when you would use broth. And typically broth is made and boiled for about 2 hours. If you're making stock, it's going to primarily use the bones to flavor the water. And when you cook stock, it's gonna usually take 3 to 4 hours. And then lastly, bone broth is kind of a mixture of the 2, but you're gonna be using more collagen, so like more wingtips, more chicken feet, and you boil it for 8 to 12 hours. Today I'm focusing on chicken stock and how to make it with the chicken bones. So when it comes to making stock, there's a couple ways you could do it. You could do it more the American French way, or you could do it more like the Asian way. It just really depends on what kind of herbs or seasonings that you would use in the stock itself. For this stock, I'm only using chicken bones and water. So I like doing this because it's very versatile. I can use it in my stir fries, I can use it in my Japanese curry, Thai curry, I can use it for braising short ribs, for braising oxtail, to make chicken rice, to make juk. I'm not going to be using this to drink as a soup. I'm going to be using it to add flavor and depth to other dishes. When it comes to that, I won't even be adding salt because all the salt will be added in those dishes. All right, so let's get started. I have here my chicken carcasses, my wingtips, and also the bones from the chicken thighs. So if you notice, there is still some meat on the carcasses. Don't worry if it's not completely clean. It'll just add some extra flavor to your stock. And I like to use the meat afterwards to make a chicken salad. So first thing we're gonna do is basically put the chicken into the stock pot. Then add water to cover the bones at least 1 inch. Hopefully I don't miss. Hiya! Next, I put the pot on the stove, turn the heat on high, and cover the pot until it comes to a boil. We're going to let it boil to get rid of the scum. So now that the water is boiling, I'm going to take off the heat, and then I'm going to pour out the water and then rinse it a bit. Now that the water has been changed to clean water, I'm going to put it back on the stove. The water came to a boil, so I lowered the heat to low. And now I'm going to put the lid back on, but with a gap so that the steam can vent out. The water will reduce, but by leaving the lid with a gap, it'll make sure that the water doesn't get cloudy. I let the water simmer for 3 to 4 hours, 3 hours minimum, and you can skim it periodically if you see any scum rise to the surface. The stock has finished reducing. I let it cool down, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to put it through the strainer and put it in this airtight container so that I can store in the fridge. You can store up to 4 days since this is fresh stock. With the rest of the bones on the chicken meat, you could toss it away, but what I like to do is I actually like to take it off the bones and save it for chicken noodle soups or make a chicken salad and put it in a sandwich. All I'm gonna do is take it off the bones. It's actually very tender, it's very easy to take off. And I just throw the bones back in there to discard later. So to make the chicken salad sandwich, I'm going to use the chicken, of course, from the stock. I also have some mayonnaise. I have celery to add some crunchiness, and then also I have an apple to add some sweetness. And you can use as much as you want, depending on your taste buds. I'll be using some Taiwanese egg bread to put my chicken salad on, but you can use whatever bread you like. I just prefer that. So there you have it. That's how we made the chicken stock and also the chicken salad sandwich. For the chicken stock, it's not the sexiest thing in the world and it's very easy to do, but if you make it and you add it to other dishes that you're cooking, it really elevates the flavor. It's not something that you can buy from the store. The flavor and the taste is very different than normal canned stock. After I made the chicken stock, Angie just added to her Japanese curry, and afterwards she said it was probably the best curry that she's ever made. When it comes to the sandwich, I ate mine and it was really good. I finished it before Angie finished hers, and then I made another one and I ate that one before she finished her first sandwich too. If you like this video, give it a try and let us know how it goes in the comments below. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe, and thanks for watching.